Hey YouTube, I'm back. I'm with another video. I'm so excited because this idea for this video came to me regularly and organically. And I love that for me. I love that I'm being more intentional and trusting my intuition. And I'm so glad that those gut feelings are guiding me to the right way, right? So last night I was stretching and doing the natural yoga that my body was craving before I went to bed. And I was listening to The Body Keeps Score. And I don't know, for me, I feel like that's self explanatory. It's like your body still remembers anything that you push away, put to the side, or move past. Your body is still keeping score of that. And um, yeah, so I was listening to that on an audiobook, stretching, and I was just bombarded with all these thoughts of body resilience and the things that my body have gone through. And I journaled a little bit before I came on, and my pen was on fire to the point where I'm like, let me just start recording this while my daughter is asleep and see where I get on this video. And the 3 points that my body definitely keeps score in is one, my weight loss journey, two, having my daughter in that story, and then the last, I love that tree, the last part of my body keeping score overview is negative overthinking. So my first point that I was getting at was that in my life I've had three major weight loss journeys where from 20 I want to say 2017 to 2018, I had lost 100 pounds and was was 150, maybe even 140 pounds for someone that's been over 200, like middle school, high school, and then I get to my mid 20s and I'm now 140 pounds for the first time in my adult life. I'm wearing a size small. I'm you know, working in a factory really hard. We were making RV. I know a lot of people confuse me for saying the restaurant Arby's, but RVs, toilets. Yes, I worked at a toilet factory and we made over from 700 to 800 toilets a day. And I worked on a line where an assembly line where the toilets were glass. And man, don't get me to talk about the toilet factory because I was the boss 304. I was the boss.com at the toilet factory, okay? Especially when I was in my element. I channel me in those times all the time because I was taking a lot of photos. After work, I was even going for walks. And then I was also in my motivational D era as well, where I was like, I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to talk to people and stuff like that, which is very, very aligned with me because of my design and my archetype and all these things that I study in human design and astrology about me points at humanitarian, community woman, leader, advocate for self help, self empowerment, role model, showing people my life as an example to get to better your own life. So everything about me is humanitarian, but I'm also a hermit where I need to learn my lessons, reflect on my lessons, and really tune into me before I can projector to the world the plan. And so yeah, I lost 100 pounds then, and then I started to gain weight at the end of 2018, 2019. Oh, I forgot. And I say I forgot because I made a list of accomplishments to boost me up, and I need to add to that list. I quit cigarettes in 2019, which was very pivotal for not smoking cigarettes in 2020. I was like completely over the cigarette thing, but I could not imagine smoking a cigarette and wearing a mask too. Like, well, obviously not smoking a cigarette underneath a mask, but like taking your mask down to smoke a cigarette. Anyway, I'm going off ramp. So in 2020, I'm back at my 250 pounds. Okay. So I had a vegan business partner at the time, which I, you know, part ways with that person now, but I had a business partner at the time, and she was a very well mannered vegan role model for me at the time. So seeing her being vegan really ushered me into like becoming a pescatarian. So from 2021 to 2022, I did not eat meat. I had a pescatarian diet. I and my reasons weren't obviously because of just that, but that was a great example for me. I was doing it because hold on, y'all, I'm gonna say it, because I wasn't passing regularly. Like it was either not, it was painful, it was unpleasant, it was not regular, it wasn't healthy the way I was passing processing foods and stuff like that. And so I thought it was coming from restaurants, and so I cut out restaurants and just got like, I got bacon, I got beef, I got all these things at the beginning, like January of 2021, but I was still having those same issues even cooking at home. So I just jumped it and said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out meat and see what that does for me. And it was like um just a cold turkey person. Like I cold turkey cut cigarettes, and when I set my mind to something, I just do it, you know. So cutting out meat wasn't hard. I was a single woman going to college, working my job, you know, and exercising a lot and stuff. So I was very in control of what I ate and what I did and all this and that. So becoming a pescatarian from that time frame was almost effortlessly. And then and now I'm getting to my second weight loss journey of my life. And I probably only lost like 50 pounds only. Like that's light. But 50 pounds is hefty. Like look up 1 pound and then to lose 50 of those, crazy. All right. So I lost the 50 pounds or whatever then. And then in 2023 was the year of having my daughter. I moved from my college city an hour away from home back home to learn lessons, to have my daughter, just complete my life. I actually was a graduate. I graduated class of 2023, and the life goal that I said was to be a sign language interpreter. And though I'm not certified as an interpreter, I still have a college degree in sign language interpreting. So that makes me proud. And in 2023, when I got pregnant, I always talk about my environment wasn't conducive to my spiritual, mental, and physical growth. You know, when you are around people that aren't recognizing their own self or in a phase of healing, I think we're going off into something else. But we just weren't aligned with our goals, and it was easier for me to just focus on my pregnancy instead of focus on my growth. So, um, and the environment wasn't conducive for a pescatarian. So I started eating meat again, and now I'm getting into the labor part of my body keeping score. It was like I was completely healthy, I mean, weight is a thing, but like when I went to the doctors, I didn't have high blood pressure, I didn't have high levels of this, high levels of that, nothing. So for me to end up with severe preeclampsia, severe high blood pressure at the end of my pregnancy was just wild to me. And I could not get my blood pressure to manage no matter how much I meditated, no matter how much I went through. My body was keeping score of my natural feelings and the things that I was seriously going through. So my body just wouldn't regulate. And then I had surgery, I had a C-section to have my daughter. So that was another huge trauma on my body. And like during my pregnancy, I had bad circulation. And that kind of ties in with blood pressure. The circulation wasn't circulating right. I remember like sleeping with my arms over my hands, waking up crying to tell her father I'm in pain. I couldn't open jars. Even in my video of my to announce if I was having a girl or a boy, I was struggling just to twist the baton to show that I was having a girl or whatever. So yeah, my body definitely is keeping score of that. And that was initially the thought that I had last night during meditation is like, my circulation still goes through it. Like I'm massaging my leg right now. My circulation still goes through it to this day. And I had my daughter in October of 2023. In 2024, April, I was 270 pounds. I was still full of fluid. My legs, my ankles, my feet, everything was so swollen. I've never been that heavy before in my life. It was so heavy for me. And now that I've regulated not only like getting out and breathing more and stretching more and going for walks, and I have stairs, so I go up and down the stairs a lot, all these things for my physical health. But honestly, all of my weight loss journeys have inspired from my thoughts. You know, thinking and having this image of me being better and believing that I can do better because I know I can do better. I knew I can do it better from the first time, and then I can channel from that and channel from that and channel from that. So I was just, and now I sit before you today from 270 pounds to 217 or something like that. 53 pounds of weight loss in the year of 2024. And it has a lot to do with the physical, but it also has a lot to do with the mental too. I can picture myself as a woman under 200 pounds. It's just what's best for my knees, what's best for my circulation, what's best for my mental, what's best for loving myself and seeing my higher self. When I see my higher self, she is fit, she is beautiful, she is flowy, she is confident in herself, she knows herself. So, all those things, and I just think about how my body keeps score about, even though I have this image of myself, I also have November I'm going to be really working with the mental I have with validating outside validation. When you move from Christianity to spirituality, still keeping the morals and all the things, but maybe not holding, the Bible story, as my everything. I kind of wish I didn't put that part in there, but just seeking a savior outside of yourself when God is within and God puts the right things into your life. You're guided by your heart, mind, body, soul, spirit to the right things. And everything happens for a reason as well. So I was talking to my boo thing, my close friend, and she was a little bit like shocked. She was like, "So she wasn't saying like you think negatively about yourself, you have negative self-talk." And it's more so that I am not standing in my presence. I have issues with presence. And I say that presence and validation go together because I am seeking someone to validate that I am present, that I am doing this and I am doing that, instead of validating myself, being sure in myself and being sure in my presence that I am sitting before this video and making a video of importance to people, to myself, and to my spirit. So, in this month of November, I will be nourishing my mind, body, and spirit, and validating myself and speaking to those things that my body keeps score. I keep going back to that. My body keeps score of the negative or the positive things that I say to myself. So I will be using this month to be positively thinking of myself, being with myself, having myself. Um, being using mantras and using certain chants really help. Like even just thinking about the body keeps score keeps me in alignment with myself. Even thinking about you can heal your life. Even thinking about my astrology chart can keep me aligned. Even thinking about Hermetic principles, the seven principles. And in my Queen Poe group, we're about to listen to the 7 laws of success. And we already listened to the Kabbalion and those 7 Hermetic principles. Getting back to using the Psalms for power. Thinking about my astrology chart and, building from my astrology chart. And also, my other 2 Patreon groups is Celia's, and Celia has a book, an ebook that she wrote about spiritual baths that's really good. And I just think and meditate on the word healing waters, healing waters, healing waters. And though I was not in Kami Rocky's um Patreon when she did her class, she has a class that was called Imaginal Acts Create Facts. And I find myself chanting that Imaginal Acts creates facts. So I will be using this month to envision, embody, think about, meditate on the woman that I am embodying, becoming, and see myself as. Because that's how I will ultimately stay in the present, is like focusing myself on my goals that I'm moving into. So I touched on all the points. My baby is probably going to be up really soon, so I'll go ahead and Peace out. Have a good one. Hopefully you like this video on body trauma and your body keeping score and body resilience. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them. Thank you for checking Delightful D out, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.